I'm sure you're familiar with this one quote by Oscar Wilde. It goes something like, "Give a man a mask and he'll tell the truth." I think in a way, paper is that kind of mask as well, you know? The one thing that was most liberating to me about writing was when I realized it's just me and this paper, and I can just put whatever on there. Nobody else has to see this.
Mhm.
Makes a huge, huge difference.
Mhm. I think
That's why I was protective of my writing, I think.
I was gonna ask you
Yeah,
what was the origins of that? Okay. Okay. I
yeah.
love that.
I
You
think
thought
that's
that
what it
it
was.
was too was it too revealing? Are you talking about?
I think maybe, but I think it also had something to do with what you said earlier, which was like maybe this fear of like maybe people will just take the stuff that I write for themselves. It's like, oh yeah, I want to be kind of cautious of that.
Mhm.
But I think over the years I've gotten better at that though, just kind of sharing and being okay with it. Because you also realize, I think, when you truly, we're writers, both of us. When you're truly a writer, I think you lose the fear of scarcity over time. You think like there's moments when you're maybe beginning and you're very precious
Mhm.
about what you put together. But over time, when that quantity builds, you're
Mhm.
less concerned. It's kind of like yeah, okay, I did that. It's less
Mhm.
precious. It doesn't make it any less beautiful, but it's kind of like less precious to you. Something really liberating. I don't know if you've experienced something like that yourself.
I remember when I wrote my first book manuscript, I was all about, okay, I got to get the copyright on this. I got to do all of these steps so no one can steal it. And I just realized that that's not really the most important thing. So
Mhm.
you take risks and you take fewer risks at the beginning. You're absolutely right. That mirrors my own experience so much. But by the time I joined all these different critique groups, I was like, I'm just going to put it out there. If they want to steal my work, my ideas, and they can do it better, props to them. That's good. Maybe
Yeah.
I should have gotten mine out faster. Like, of course, I've never had that experience. Nobody's
Yeah.
stolen anything from me, but
There's
yeah,
only the Jenna Baker experience. Even if they steal a line or something, it's like it's never gonna be the way you put it
that I
together.
would that I would put it. And if you think about this, nobody writes original material. We all borrow things from somewhere or another. Harry Potter had stuff that was borrowed from other things, and it still was great. So you can write any kind of story that's already been written before, as long as you do it your way.
It's interesting you say that because as a kid, I really loved Harry Potter and also the Mummy franchise.
Mhm.
And I hadn't seen those movies for years. And then I published my first book. And in the book, there's, this idea of um, resurrection, multiple lives, a piece of a soul in somebody else. And then a few like after I published the book, I watched the Mummy movies again. I watched Harry Potter films again, and I was like, wait a second, like that stuff,
Mhm.
those ideas are kind of in there already in their own way.
Mhm.
And it's not like I was pulling from that consciously, but it just goes to show, as you said, it's all out there. All
Mhm.
these ideas are out there. We're all standing on the backs of giants, as Newton would say.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's just it's a continuous inspiring thing.
Mhm. And I think at some point we have to not look at it as they're stealing my idea, but they went a new direction with it. We can have similar thoughts as humans, and that's okay. But you're right. I think subconsciously we get these things ingrained in our head, and they come out in weird ways. I know I'm always inspired. I'm usually inspired by dreams when I write. What is your main inspiration?
It's funny you say that. That first book that I published, it literally is the product of me waking up from a dream because
Mhm.
I saw that first scene unfold in a dream and
Mhm.
then I just wrote it. So yeah, I guess that's one
Mhm.
avenue for sure. Yeah.
Mhm. I love that because our mind is a natural mixer, our subconscious. And so when we're sleeping, we can't control, if this monster takes this course of action. We can't control what we dream and how it plays out. So I think all the things that we experience in a day kind of just mix and meld in there. And I think that gives us great stories.